Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're looking at this here, which is the KBear Woodpecker, named after the woodpecker, of course. Looking at it, it comes in some beautiful colors. It's a gold, a silver, and a black. I have the gray, or silver. Looking at the back, let's look at the specs here. We have 16 ohms. We have 103 decibels, 20 to 20 kilohertz, and it has a TFZ connector, which is kind of like a wider QDC. It's more squarer. I think it's compatible with like Belon, but it's just a bigger overall QDC 2-pin. It doesn't tell me exactly the size of the pin on it, so I don't know if it's 0.78 or 7.5. So we'll put that off to the side right there. Obviously, when they were going for that, they were going for the name of the bird. So, put that down. Beautiful design. These are really pretty. You got your, these are the tips that it comes with. You get various size tips, the cable and the unit. Metal nozzle. Kind of that shower head look. Plastic bag, you can see that dynamic driver right there. Looking at them, they do look good. It's like stitching type of thing there. I'm assuming that it isn't. It feels like it's plastic or something, so I don't think it's real material. Either way, though, it really does look gorgeous. You have the KBear name right there. I like the metal nozzle. The cable is, you know, it's okay for a budget. I am far from the greatest. It's got a 3.5 millimeter L-shaped plug, so it's not the thickest cable, but it's okay. It's better than a lot of other ones that I've had in the past. I think the KZ is just a little bit better cable-wise. Just to give you a clue of the cable. So packaging is nice. Accessories are expected for a budget I am. Performance. There's the important thing. Are they comfortable? Yes. Do they provide adequate isolation? Yes, they do. Isolation was decent. Overall construction is excellent. And then we talk about the sound signature. And of course, I always start with the bass, the lower end, and work our way up to the top. The bass here, nice, powerful, thumpy bass. Good bass presence overall. But the sub bass is more present. When we get into the mid bass, there is some bleed into the mids, and then we move on into the mids. And the mids are very thick, warm, nice kind of mellow mids. Moving on to the treble. The treble has a decent extension. It is a little bit elevated. It does have a good extension, but it's kind of smoothed over. And not to say that there isn't detail here from top to bottom. That's a decent amount of detail. But technicalities on this are, you know, mostly average, because it is more of a smooth kind of sounding I am. And getting into that, the treble is good. It's controlled. You know, it has a decent enough extension, but it never gets any harshness. This is basically similar to some of the other ones. I would say very similar to some of the other ones that they have out right now in tuning. It's kind of that similar KBear sound, but this one is very smooth and it's non-fatiguing, so you can just listen to this the whole day, no problem, unless you're listening to really heavy bass, because the bass does have some really good impacts, particularly the sub bass. Not saying that the mid bass doesn't, because the mid bass is definitely present there too. If you like something with really good bass, not as much as the Robin and not as much as some of the KZs that I've had, but still very good present bass. Nice, thick, kind of rich mids, mellow, smooth. Smooth is the theme here. This is smooth from top to bottom. So, it's not going to give you those super details, those fine micro details. But you're going to get enough details, you're going to get enough smoothness, enough of a nice rich mid, enough of a nice treble response. And of course we get into the sound stage. And the sound stage is good. It's accurate. It's not the super detailed sound stage that I'm used to with some things, but it is accurate. It has a very good width to it. Maybe not so much as deep, but overall the performance is there. You can hear it. It's a nice wide sound stage. It lends itself pretty decent to maybe some casual mobile gaming or something like that. Overall, very good performance from this. Very just enjoyable, kind of all around IM that we're kind of used to thinking about, like the Robin and the Lark and the KS2 and the KS1. It's kind of similar in that ballpark. I really do like the look of this one. And it's just overall decent. There's nothing that just does spectacular, but also in that there is nothing that just does wrong. So if you're looking for a good all-arounder, this is definitely one that would be really good for an all-around kind of IAM in your budget. I like it. So KB, there is a number with this too, because I don't want to keep saying Pecker. But I can't see the model number anywhere. So we'll just keep it at that. I'll just call it the Woodpecker. KBear Woodpecker. To go along with their bird series, the Lark, the Robin. There were other ones that I didn't have. I have the Robin, I have the Lark, and I have another one. I forgot what it is. I like the look of this, though. Looks really elegant looking. You wouldn't guess that this is a budget until you looked at the cable. It definitely looks decent. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was informative, and I will see you in the next video.